And I'm back, and this time we're moving on to the top 4 of today's mid-season showdown here at the Asia Game Festival at Suntec City Convention Center. And I'm joined now by Alan Chia to take you through the top 4 set played between two visitors to Singapore, namely Khalid Alhuraiz from the United Arab Emirates and Chris Giagozoglou from Australia.
Yes, both of them are very strong players from overseas. They are known internationally also.
Yeah, it should be noted that both players are actually gunning for the paid Day 2 invitations to the World Championships. They have long secured their Day 1 invites, unlike our pathetic selves who only got them last week. But Chris Giagozoglou, who from here on we'll be calling Chris G for simplicity's sake, as well as Khalid, have really are in the running for the paid Day 2 invitations, and they're both giving Wei-Wen a heart attack by being in the top 4 here today.
Yes, and Wei-Wen not being able to make it today. You know, Wei-Wen is praying that, but unfortunately both of them are getting CP
one of them
today.
is getting into the final here.
Yes. So looking here, Chris G has a Gardevoir, Snorlax, Tapu Koko, Incineroar, Landorus T, and Amoonguss.
Yeah, whereas Khalid will be running the team of Charizard, Tapu Fini, Cresselia, Landorus, Ferrothorn, and the Snorlax.
Looking at this matchup, I think Khalid has the better team here because
Gardevoir against Gardevoir really can't function at all.
Yeah.
Like, based on what Khalid has.
Cresselia can't do much to Cresselia, and the Ferrothorn outright checks the Gardevoir.
Yep. Charizard beats Gardevoir.
And Charizard beats Gardevoir.
Ferrothorn beats Gardevoir. Snorlax and Gardevoir, well, Snorlax probably wins by recycling.
Yep.
Though we're not entirely certain what set Khalid runs on his Snorlax, since I think Snorlax is a relatively newer addition. I'm not sure I saw it when he was playing in Malaysia, but this is going to be the Tapu Fini Landorus lead for Khalid, who... And actually, both of these players did cut the Malaysia Regionals last week.
Yep.
So both strong players in their own right. Didn't cut today's Singapore Open, but have made it here to the top 4 of the mid-season
MSS
showdown, as Khalid leads with the Landorus and Tapu Fini up against Tapu Koko and Incineroar for Chris G.
Right here, the
Intimidate kicking in first, followed by
the Misty Terrain.
after the Tapu Koko effect. So not a Scarf Landorus on Khalid's side.
Perhaps it might be a AV or Groundium Z variant.
Either way, Koko not exactly in the safest of positions unless he has hidden power ice. But that doesn't really knock out Landorus, barring a choice packs.
Yep.
So maybe he wants to volt switch out of the Fini, but at the same time,
Fini can protect. Yeah, and deny the... And then it's a pretty safe Earthquake protect.
Earthquake.
Actually.
Yeah, which volt switch will walk right into.
Yep. So...
Fake out, of course, an option for Incineroar onto Landorus.
Yeah, perhaps... Yeah, it might be a very dead turn 1 here, actually. Perhaps... You might actually wonder what kind of item the Koko carries, but Fini does go for the protect here. Does the Earthquake come out?
Or even a Gigavolt Havoc?
Yeah.
As we do see the fake out into the Landorus, so Chrissy making the safe play of a fake out Gigavolt into the Fini.
But however, you'll be... because Khalid protected, you only take 25% of its original damage.
Which is already weakened thanks to the fact that
There's
we do
no
not have electric terrain. So Koko choosing to blow his Z-move immediately. It's good damage on Fini. It's always good damage on Fini. Since I believe Chris G also knows that Khalid's Fini favors the Waterium and has no way to recover any damage done.
Yes. So it's a good chip around 25% here. So Chris G might actually want to switch out the Koko here to preserve it for later against because he still have... Khalid might have a potential Charizard at the back.
There's the threat here, of course, is almost of a double KO. No, not after the Intimidate. Earthquake now will knock out the Koko, but a Waterium onto either slot I think will wipe them out.
And that Incineroar can't knock off Fini because it does have the potential Waterium Z. And
yeah, so it depends on how much Chris G knows. If he does Volt Switch this time, Fini having burn is protect, so it's safe from any Earthquake. A lot of damage done there by the Volt Switch. In terrain that probably KOs.
So
but something might be coming in to take a Waterium.
But wouldn't Waterium go into Incineroar instead because...
That's true as well. So Khalid might just go for a Rock Slide Waterium play to guarantee the knockout on Incineroar, as that's Landorus coming in for Chris G.
So that's a -2 Landorus here. So Khalid might actually want to switch out the next turn to
keep Intimidate at the back and
to check the Koko.
Yes, there is a switch. He's going to go for the U-turn. So indicative, I think, of the Assault Vest on Landorus. Since it's not something you commonly carry when you have Protect as well on Landorus.
So right now...
And it's chip damage just in case Waterium wasn't
enough. Yeah.
Cresselia is the few. Interesting choice. There is the Waterium Z.
So which of the two Intimidators will go down here?
Yep. Neither Landorus nor Incineroar can take the Waterium Z. Incineroar may be a little bit better if he has Assault Vest, but both of them are weak to water, and Waterium Z from Tapu Fini, a very strong attack in its own right.
Yep. Even if it's based off Muddy Water, it still does a lot.
Muddy Water has a high base power. It just does less damage because we do technically see it do spread damage. And that's the Waterium Z into Incineroar. I suspect that's the parry, not the Assault Vest, so it's not going to be enough to hang on.
Down here.
One Intimidator goes down. So if Khalid has the Ferrothorn at the back, it's in a much better position with one Intimidator remove and the Fire type remove.
Oh, but
Chrissy reveals his last thought to be the Gardevoir. Well, Alan isn't the biggest fan of shiny Gardevoir.
Nope.
Especially after it Mega Evolves. Nope. So, but both Trick Rooms have hit the field. Big True Rumors have hit the field, though actually, we're not entirely certain Khalid likes Trick Room. He might even be the sort who favors IC Win.
The IC Win one. And especially because Lander is 4 times weak to the
but
IC
Finny
Win.
though, pinned by the Hyper Voice. No way he can take another hit.
I think it's okay to sack Finny now.
But he doesn't
Yeah,
think so.
but he doesn't think so. Maybe he want to save it for Death Fodder. But the
Change the
Ferrothorn does
terrain
hit the
later.
field.
But Ferrothorn, yeah, one of the best switch-ins possible to
take the
Gardevoir.
Hyper
Voice.
Or even its potential side shock that it carries. Because
Gardevoir
of
hits
the high
field in
defense.
his Mega form. A very safe Hyper Voice, you feel. As
U-turn
another
does
U-turn
come
comes
out.
out, and that's the Coco coming back in. Not going to enjoy Trick Room either, if that is what Cresselia goes for. And well, no mystery here, we do know it's the Coco at the back. Going to reset the terrain to Electric.
But if it's IC Win, it might potentially nerf the Gyro Ball damage from Ferrothorn.
I still think he will KO the Gardevoir because of how strong Ferrothorn is and how frail Gardevoir is.
Yeah, that's
Gardevoir just going straight for the Hyper Voice.
here.
Cresselia likely the slowest thing on the field, but maybe even be using a move that goes last and does go for the Trick Room.
here.
So Ferrothorn now in a fantastic position. Actually able to knock out both of these with a Gyro Ball.
Yeah.
Especially if it is Bender, which Khalid has used in the past.
Perhaps Khalid might want to switch in the Landorus here to
Probably
try
Bender
to
since we haven't seen
nerf.
Leftovers recovery.
Yeah. But Chris might actually want to switch in the Landorus here to nerf a bit of the Ferrothorn's damage.
That's true, a big Gyro Ball coming out. Especially if the Landorus is scarfed.
I don't think it will. Gyro Ball will kill Coco after it gets the -1 off.
Cresselia Psychic as well, maybe.
Then yes. But it's a pretty safe protect.
Yeah, Gardevoir gonna get out here into the Landorus to intimidate the Ferrothorn. Rather. As we're about to see Ferrothorn move first, barring a Coco protect. Also, what does Khalid choose to lock himself into? I think it's pretty safe
It's a
Gyro
Gyro
Ball.
Ball.
So no
Does it
protect
go-
from the Tapu Koko.
But
Go
it
straight
went
for the
into
Landorus. That's definitely a choice Ben. And that's the
Yeah,
Ice Beam
Ice
from
Beam.
Cresselia to follow up.
Onto the
Go
Tapu
into Tapu
Koko.
Koko. Not a double up. As both switch into the Cresselia, in the terrain, into the Ferrothorn, into terrain to get Gardevoir back in to a not great position.
Yeah, but see Ferrothorn took the Volt Switch very nicely here, sitting at more than 50% health, and another Gyro Ball will just pick off the Gardevoir, and Ice Beam will just pick off the
Landorus.
Landorus. And then if Coco were to switch in, it just takes more chip.
Yeah, he's got no more Intimidate to switch in, and there's no way Gardevoir can survive a super
Gyro Ball.
effective Gyro Ball from Ferrothorn. And Landorus likely Scarf, unable to protect itself, so that's an easy Ice Beam KO.
Ice Beam
And
KO.
at this point, Krishy is just running out of ways to stall out Trick Room. And this very threatening Ferrothorn.
And then even if he were to stall Trick Room, I don't think his team will be healthy enough
Yeah,
to
Krishy choosing to bring Coco back in,
continue the fight.
recognizing that he needs to intimidate this Ferrothorn further if he's going to stand any chance. But Ferrothorn going to go for the Gyro Ball. It's going to land on Gardevoir. Even if it doesn't kill, Ice Beam might follow up. It's
a
not even
clean
needed.
kill.
Intimidated Ferrothorn Gyro Ball. Still
Still
150 base power. Still annihilates the Mega Gardevoir.
And then especially it's bended, so it just nerfs its bend damage.
As another Ice Beam lands on the Coco, but again, now it's a -2, but look at Landorus HP. It's just not enough, and he can't even lock himself into Earthquake because of the double Coco on his
Coco
side.
will die also. And then Crest is also levitating.
Yep.
So I
Khalid
think
just playing Krishy out of the game, and
Yeah.
Krishy does recognize it and does forfeit. The Gardevoir just doing nothing.
yeah, it's a very poor choice made by Chris, honestly. Because especially that like none of its step can actually super effective hit any of Khalid's mon.
To be fair, Khalid's team composition honestly takes Krishy's probably best lead out of the game. The Among Us Gardevoir totally unable to function against
Yep.
Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn annihilates Gardevoir and ignores Among Us, thanks to it being grass type. So
Yeah,
it's
so-
a tough position for
yeah.
Krishy.
Even if Gardevoir were to set Trick Room, Ferrothorn will gladly take it.
And even if Krishy decided to bring the Among Us, there's Misty Terrain on Khalid's side.
And then
Although half of his mons are off the floor, so that's maybe an option. Though as Martin Teo discovered, sometimes even if they're all flying, you can't put all of them to sleep. Because, well, things can switch around to the grounded mons to deny you. So
yeah.
Krishy has some tough decisions. He needs to adjust, but how?
perhaps
His
the
Mega
Snorlax-
may not be an option, and when you can't bring your Mega to a matchup, it's tough to plan out what you want to do.
and you lose a lot of your offensive momentum as well.
Yep.
Because of the stat boost. Perhaps he might want to bring the Snorlax this time.
Or perhaps he needs to watch out and not burn his Giga Havoc this early
Too
in the
early.
game.
Well, we'll be proceeding into game 2 of our top 4 here.
In fact, Giga Havoc might be one of his best ways to hit the Ferrothorn.
but it's still not a one-hit KO.
It's not
But
obviously
good
not
chip,
great, but it's good chip.
Yeah, good
And his Ferrothorn can't recover. So it doesn't seem to Harry Leaf Seed or the leftovers. But he's still sticking with the Gardevoir. And a Ferrothorn here would be devastating. But it's going to be Landorus, and if it is Assault Vest, the Landorus is in a very good position. Able to sponge fairy attacks from both of these. And the Intimidate does go off here. Again, indicating that it's slower than the Coco, so no choice Scarf here. Gardevoir gonna trace the Intimidate! Does get the Intimidate off. So Landorus is gonna be intimidated, so that's a lucky break there for Chris G.
Yeah.
Getting the Intimidate from the trace.
And he might even just switch out the Gardevoir here to his another Intimidator so that the Coco can take any ground attacks from Lando safely.
Yep. So Khalid very pressurized to U-turn out here. Which means the Fini also probably has to switch out. So is it time for Ferrothorn to come in? It's very safe.
I think a Protect U-turn should be the play here, and then freely send in Ferrothorn.
Do you even want to take the Gigabyte Havoc through Protect though?
I think it's fine, because if he burn the Gigavolt here, that means Ferrothorn is your win condition already.
That's also true. I mean, there's probably an Incineroar at the back.
Or either that, if he doesn't Gigavolt, just go for a normal Thunderbolt. He can just switch in Cresselia to soak in whatever damage.
That's true. So Cresselia didn't do that much last game, but the trick room was pretty
important. The trick room
was
the key for
and
Khalid.
no switches for Khalid. Probably wanting to switch via U-turn, and Chris G wanted to switch via Volt Switch. So both players kind of Gigavolt right off the bat. No protect on Tapu Fini. This could be huge. Given that Fini is not only the Fini on Khalid's side isn't the bulkiest because it favors the Water Rim.
Yes, and losing it now will lose a lot of offensive momentum.
Yes,
here.
he's gonna have a harder time getting rid of Incineroar this game. So Chris G going big here and getting the reward. A Gigavolt have a knockout on Tapu Fini in the first turn. So as you pointed out, he didn't even protect or switch out. He left it there and he's gonna pay the price. Gigavolt have out into the Fini. When it looked like a Ferrothorn switching was pretty safe.
And then now single target Hyper Voice coming out here.
Landorus is Assault Vested. We'll take that.
They'll take it quite nicely.
And
but
U-turn here, but
here's
damage
the thing.
has been done.
Yeah, here's the thing. He still have the potential Incineroar at the back, which checks Ferrothorn. So Khalid might actually be having a very uphill game.
Because the Trick Room goes up, he doesn't have an answer to the Incineroar on the Trick Room. He needs the Landorus, which probably is undersped by Incineroar under Trick Room.
So that Khalid might actually have to position his Pokemon very well here to
the question here is Crest or Ferrothorn? Ferrothorn looks good, but he can't really punish Incineroar since he doesn't have... Yeah, he has to win the Crest here.
And then if he... Sending in Ferrothorn, Landorus here isn't very... actually the Landorus switch in here might be good because the Earthquake can come out and if Incineroar were to switch in, it catches and Earthquake just pins both Coco and the Incineroar.
Well, I wouldn't say pin because Intimidate would probably make it a 3-hit KO in some scenarios, but
good
especially on
good
Incineroar.
Or perhaps the Crest has Helping Hand to boost the Earthquake damage.
That's also true.
So how would Chris react to that potential play that Khalid might?
He's got a very strong position here, so he needs to be careful with the Coco in particular.
I think Chris G's win condition is that Incineroar.
Yeah, if anything, I don't think Chris G wants to switch out at all because he doesn't want to expose Incineroar to damage.
So, a neutral Earthquake coming out, a Volt Switch.
But now he has to switch something in, and he's not immune to ground. Or it could be Landorus. Yeah, Landorus will come in here to Intimidate and be immune to Earthquake.
And, yeah.
Yep, here comes Landorus. So Khalid's play sniffed out by Chris G and will be punished with an Intimidate to effectively remove the Helping Hand boost. As Gardevoir fires off another Hyper Voice. This time it's spread on Landorus, will take it a little bit better. Probably will take, Kara can take one more. And will fire off the Earthquake, but only Gardevoir will hit by it. And after Intimidate, I'm not even sure if this does half to a typical bulky Gardevoir. Yeah, just about.
Good enough. So, perhaps now...
But now he's double pinned. His Landorus is slower than both the Gardevoir and the opposing Landorus.
Perhaps he might want to switch out into the Ferrothorn and set the Trick Room up now.
Yeah, but it's an easy U-turn into the Incineroar this time. Although he does get his berry, I believe.
Can the Landorus take another Hyper Voice? That's the question.
I think it can.
Because he's forced to switch into one of his ground weak mons.
But I think Khalid might have expected Rock Slide this turn to cover the Landorus as well.
Oh, Incineroar does come out here. So, do we see an Earthquake here? But it's already at -2.
Yep. And no Helping Hand, I think. Since he wants to
no Helping Hand.
Yeah, Hyper Voice comes out. Can Landorus hang on for at least a bit more damage on Incineroar? Not enough.
Not enough.
Not quite. As Cresselia will stay in for the Trick Room, but Ferrothorn against Incineroar, well, shall we say not the most ideal scenarios.
And then especially he can shuffle Intimidate if he wants to, because Khalid can't switch out anymore.
Yep. And Ferrothorn has to lock himself into something. And that something, yeah, he's not even going to try, it looks like, because he probably doesn't have an effective way to hit Incineroar. At most, all Ferrothorn has is poor little Bulldoze, and that's not great. Yep. They don't typically carry it at all.
Yeah, so Chris making the big plays here, turn 1 Gigavolt Havoc into the Tapu Fini.
Well, to be fair, he did it both games. But this guy may pay it off.
Yep. So, well, if it's... So, essentially, Khalid's win condition is actually taking out the Incineroar with Tapu Fini, and then Ferrothorn wins. But will Chris G give him that Fini?
Yeah, it was
Stay on the field.
a bit sloppy from Chris in game 1, since he probably already knew the Water Rim was coming, but he still left his Incineroar open to it. So that was a mistake, especially since he probably also already knew that his team without the Incineroar was really weak to the Ferrothorn. Yep. So now Khalid has to decide, not only does he want to go with the same game plan, he also has to decide whether or not to bring Cresselia, because Cresselia's only job is setting up Trick Room.
To setting up Trick Room for Ferrothorn is to prep for Ferrothorn
but
to come
it doesn't help in removing stuff like the Fini.
Yeah, that's true.
So he could just rely on Ferrothorn outside of Trick Room, which might still be enough as long as Incineroar's not around. Which removes Cresselia's usage, and he might have room to bring something else.
Cresselia, yeah.
Yep. So it's an option because Charizard might come in, but again, Charizard doesn't really help against Incineroar.
Yeah, it boosts and even boosts Flabits from Incineroar.
So that's the problem for Khalid, is that Incineroar is a big threat, and he really only has one way to remove it effectively.
Which is the Hydro Vortex.
Which is Hydro Vortex, since it doesn't have a Tectonic Rage.
Okay, Gardevoir and Tapu Koko coming out here.
Yeah, once again. Will we see them trace Intimidate again though, which was so crucial in game 1?
Yep. But Crest Landorus come out.
Yeah, Landorus in a very good position and Crest not threatened either.
Perhaps Khalid is preserving the Fini at the back.
He's recognized that he needs the Fini for the Incineroar. He can't afford to show it immediately. So even if he's giving Chris terrain control this time, it's not as if Koko can get... Oh, but Gardevoir traces Intimidate again. So twice, he has 50% chance of getting Intimidate. He gets it both times.
But I mean, getting the Intimidate was more crucial than the leftover.
Much better.
The Levitate.
Yeah, Levitate is not going to matter as much. Yep. The Intimidate really half the damage that comes out, and it saves your Koko in particular. So now the question here is...
I think it's a pretty safe Trick Room here.
That's true, but Gardevoir could reverse it. At the same time, Koko, Gigavolt, not going to be enough to Cresselia.
And might even just proc Berry for it.
That I'm not even sure it goes to Berry. It's Cresselia after all.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think Earthquake Trick Room might be good here, but the switching into the Landorus from the Koko slot might also be. But no switches here.
Switch here. To still be a Volt Switch.
Volt Switch. So, do you think Khalid might predict that and Ice Beam into the Koko slot? Oh, well, but he just show the Ally Switch here.
I'm hoping to catch a Gigavolt into Landorus. A bit risky. And no, it doesn't get it, but he does get Volt Switch to stop Land. Oh, but he does it to
so he got the free Earthquake. Yeah.
He makes sure Koko stays on the field. So good play for Khalid there. He catches the that's an unfortunate crit there, but he gets the Earthquake. Oh, revenge crit maybe. So he gets Koko to stay on the field with the Ally Switch. A very good play by Khalid. And Koko is forced to take damage. Oh, and Khalid and Chris G doesn't get the additional.
Oh, and a revenge crit on the Gardevoir.
You trace my Intimidate, no matter.
Now I crit you.
A crit makes up for it, but yeah, Chris G not only able to save his Koko, he was unable to get another Intimidate onto the Landorus. So that was a fantastic Ally Switch. Ally Switch using it as God intended.
Yes, that's how you use Ally Switch, people.
But still don't use Ally Switch. And Koko again, still probably he doesn't want to try it again. Yep. He's frightened now. Yep. He's going to go straight to the Landorus.
But does Khalid punish him and Ice Beam to that slot?
That's also true, because at this point, the Landorus probably can't hear the Gardevoir, thanks. Oh, but Gardevoir's taken the crit.
Protect here.
It's protected anyway, so yeah, do we see the Ice Beam here? Or the Ally Switch again? Lando U-turns into the Gardevoir. Do we see the Ice Beam or the Trick Room? It's the Ice Beam catches the Landorus slot with the switch
punish here.
Is it going to be enough on the Scarf Landorus? Not quite.
Oh, almost. But with it so cheap, it is forced to lock itself in the rock slide because it doesn't want to damage its partner.
Yeah, it can't Earthquake here. And, well, he could still U-turn, but you don't really want to expose stuff at the back to more damage. And he still doesn't have an effective way to get rid of Landorus, even after the crit on turn 1 from the Hyper Voice.
And then another Earthquake will just pick off Gardevoir, even if you're switching into your Incineroar.
Yeah, Gardevoir's just too low.
And then Incineroar will get chipped, and then if you send in Koko will die. So I think Khalid is in a very good position.
He does go for the U-turn. Is that a berry?
Chip the Cresselia? Nope, not quite. But I think the next Hyper Voice will proc the berry, barring a crit.
It's looks like 56 HP for the berry. And that was 70 something or 60 something. The Incineroar does come in, so
get a
he
minus
does
2
want to
here.
take an Earthquake. Unless he tries to Side Shock the Landorus, that's not going to be enough. As Gardevoir does go
Hyper
for
Voice
Hyper
come out
Voice.
here.
Even if a crit we see it's not
I
enough.
don't think it's enough, yeah.
But he will activate Cresselia's berry.
And then an Earthquake will come out here.
And Incineroar taking damage that he really does not want to be taking. And now no more knockoff onto the Cresselia as well.
Cresselia.
But he goes for the Rock Slide. Not wanting, hoping to. Interesting, I suppose.
Now he will take more damage. Or perhaps into the Gardevoir, yeah.
Doesn't kill,
but
but
I
gets
guess
the
the
freeze.
Frozen. Yeah, I guess the freeze.
I mean, so he flabits himself.
Well, I mean Gardevoir's dead. Close to dying anyway.
That well, oh yeah, you can't Tor.
Yeah.
You Tor, you either Tor, you kill yourself. So,
So how? What do you do?
Gardevoir learns Skull, right?
Yep. Maybe.
So yeah, Landorus here still trying to fake out is there, of course.
But
If Gardevoir doesn't Tor, then fake out does nothing. It just stalls one of Khalid's mons.
you can even switch Landorus into Ferrothorn to take the if it faked out into the Landorus, it will take Iron Barb damage.
That's also true.
And then you can switching
Ferrothorn into the Incineroar. Okay, Khalid making a high read that fake out is going into Cresselia. Does he get it though? Fake out comes out. No, goes into the Landorus.
And
But
Gardevoir is still
does
frozen.
not Tor. Oh, that's unnecessarily hard read from Khalid.
Perhaps. Perhaps. I think.
Why would Chris G choose to fake out the Cresselia?
Yeah.
And again, now he gives Chris one more turn to potentially Tor out.
Wow.
And a Tor here would probably wipe the field because the Hyper Voice knockoff would take out the Cresselia. But no, it's not even going to try it. He wants one more Intimidate onto Landorus. But Ice Beam is going to come out again.
And now Landorus at -3.
Well, if he Tors out, Landorus will kill the Gardevoir no matter what. And Ice Beam will go into Landorus.
Oh,
And it does not Tor. Still frozen here.
Do we
As
see
Landorus goes for the U-turn.
Yep.
That should kill the Gardevoir. And Ice Beam will go into the Landorus. Or maybe he wants to
even
Trick
Trick
Room
Room.
now.
Yeah.
Now that he gets a switch
Trick Room is
into the
still a good
Ferrothorn.
position. Or even the Tapu Fini.
Perhaps. As Chris loses his Mega once again. And is forced to bring in either the slow Incineroar or the fast Tapu Koko. And he doesn't know for sure where the... Okay, now comes the Fini. So now Chris G will see whether Trick Room goes up to decide what he wants to send in.
I think Trick Room now will be a very crucial. Yes, and the Trick
for
Room comes out here. So if there's no way of protecting
Incineroar
Landorus,
can't come in safely now.
even if you fake out, Ice Beam will kill the Landorus. I think Chris G is pinned.
And Koko I think has taken about half of Ice Beams as well.
No, the Earthquake chipped it until 20% already.
That's true. Yeah, he took an Earthquake in
so,
turn 1.
so any attack
Incineroar
will
forced
just
to come in to Intimidate. Oh, Intimidate,
no
sorry.
use
There's
to
nothing
fake
to
out,
Intimidate.
yeah.
Yep.
So even if you faked out the Fini here,
Ice Beam goes,
Ice Beam goes to the Landorus.
Or Koko.
Or Koko, and then potentially killing the Koko there, and then you send Landorus again. Oh,
That slot is down no matter
Khalid
what.
doesn't even need Proton this game.
Yeah, that slot is going down no matter what because the Landorus can't protect. So a switch into Koko to take damage, unnecessary damage, might even be enough. And Incineroar can't fake out too. Well, Incineroar might be able to move before Fini, but at the same time, so what?
So what? Yeah, you can't knock off because I'm Hydro Vortex, and then Muddy Water will just sweep the field.
So he doesn't fake out Cresselia, Cresselia will Ice Beam. And
So
he probably doesn't underspeed. Oh, he might underspeed Cresselia. Incineroar is slower than Cresselia in terms of base numbers.
But I don't think Incineroar has any way to kill Cresselia because he already eaten his berry.
Yeah, the berry is gone, so knockoff will not get the 1.5 boost.
Okay,
He does choose to fake out either the Fini.
Ice Beam.
But here, you see the Ice Beam here into the Landorus, will remove it and force Koko back in under Trick Room. For 3 more turns after this one.
Yep. So Hydro Vortex going into the...
And again, Incineroar just not known to carry Protect.
Yeah.
Now will be the time to review it and to potentially save the game. But could be too little, too late.
Because Ice Beam might even just pick off the Koko.
Koko has to survive Ice Beam or this game is done. If Koko cannot survive Ice Beam,
that's game.
That's probably game unless he can hit multiple Protects.
Wow, that's... I mean, do you feel lucky?
Well, he got frozen, so probably not so
not
lucky.
Very lucky. Okay,
so Koko goes for his first Protect, but no Protect from Incineroar. So Incineroar is going to get one chance to remove the Fini. That's now. That's one way. So Assault Vest almost definitely on the Incineroar
here. So
will he survive the Hydro Vortex? Because we didn't see a helping hand either.
Yep. Here comes the Hydro Vortex. obviously going into the
So in that case,
serious lock.
why did he protect the Coco?
Perhaps.
Oh, was he get one more Snow
Yep.
next turn to survive for Ice Beam? Yes, that's actually a good play by Chris G. That might be his way out of this.
But Incineroar must survive first.
Yeah, Incineroar has to survive. The -1 Hydro Vortex from Fini.
Ooh,
Yes, he does.
it's enough. So Ice Beam going into the Coco here. So actually here, Muddy Water should be able to take out the Incineroar, and Ice Beam will just pick off the
I don't think Ice Beam will pick off the Coco anymore.
Coco.
Because of the Snow.
No, after the Muddy Water.
After 2 Snows though.
But it's quite low.
And no miss from the Snow. Yep, super effective Cresselia, but yeah,
So
do we really call that super effective damage?
Nope.
Another drop on
good,
Fini.
good chip.
And another drop on Cresselia. As Ice Beam comes out here, it's not going to be enough, I think. So we're going to bring it all the way down to the red. And Muddy Water, does it connect? Does miss the Tapu Koko. There's the chance back for Chris here. It's not goes down, but now Tapu Koko. But oh, it's still Ferrothorn,
Yeah,
isn't
still
it?
Ferrothorn. Yeah.
Well.
So
Well. It's a chance. The
chance.
smallest glimmer of chances. He even burned the Giga Volt on Tapu Fini. At least save it for the Ferrothorn, you think?
well, perhaps
Well,
desperate times call for desperate measures.
It's not that desperate yet. When the Ferrothorn shows its face, then yes, it's desperate. Oh wait, is Lando still alive?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. So actually, the miss actually didn't really matter that much.
but it saves him for a turn. Gets you at the Fini, so hey, it's not as overwhelming of a victory.
I mean, now Trick Room is still up for 2 more turns. So
He has to protect twice.
yeah, but then your Dazzling Gleam isn't gonna pick off
AV Lando, not quite, yeah. Yeah, Landorus comes in. No need for Ferrothorn to show itself. Oh wait, it will.
Oh yeah, because it's super low.
But I don't think it kills Crest.
So 2 protects.
He needs to protect, and then, well, then he still can't KO the Crest with Dazzling Gleam. But he'll survive an Ice Beam.
yeah,
but then
he'll survive
Cresselia
Ice
will
Beam.
Trick Room.
Again, yeah, that's true. Maybe he carries Taunt. No way.
He can't taunt and kill Lando at the
Yep.
same time. So he needs Protect, sure. He needs one more. Ice Beam here.
Ice Beam, Earthquake.
And Ice Beam as well. No, Earthquake,
Earthquake.
Yep. Levitate, so no animation, saving us the trouble.
And
Yeah. So now Landorus will go down to Dazzling Gleam, but Cresselia will just Trick Room again, and finally Ferrothorn will come in.
will show his face.
Or maybe it's Snorlax, either way.
Or even it's Charizard.
Yeah, this is a Tapu Koko. Yeah, Dazzling Gleam would pick off the Lando, assumably. AV, but not quite enough.
Even a crit wouldn't
Not enough on
pick
Cresselia.
off Cresselia.
And Cresselia will Trick Room here.
Trick again.
Goes for the Trick Room. And we're going to see who will land the finishing touches on this top 4 set for Khalid.
Charizard. Ferrothorn.
Snorlax. And it is the Snorlax.
So
Snorlax under Trick Room just presses return or double edge or facade or anything
Sonic
other than
Tantrum.
anything other than high horsepower.
or Belly Drum.
Yeah, don't belly drum. Please don't belly drum. So as long as hits his normal attack here and the normal attack isn't Mega Kick, this will be a win. And yeah, forfeit there for Chris G. He played out his win conditions, but he couldn't deny the Trick Room coming up a second time because he had to target the Landorus down or
one
go
or
down
the
or
other.
quick.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Tapu Koko's spread attack not quite the most effective on Cresselia.
Yep.
So
And
Khalid really executing a very good game plan.
Yeah.
And by leading things and didn't expose
Not
himself
leading
to
the
the
Fini
risk.
actually.
Yeah. Didn't expose himself to the risk of leading the Fini into a Gigavolt Havoc.
That was actually very safe on Khalid's part.
And
But
yeah, we did see how well Khalid's team plays under Trick Room.
And I
And
honestly,
that was a very good ally switch in game 3.
wow, that the turn 1 ally switch,
Yep.
wow, it just ruins all of Chris' game.
Caught the
Chris'
Coco's
game-
Volt
game
switch,
plan, yeah.
for stuck it on the field, no Landorus switch in,
Mhm.
and Coco eats Earthquake. That was an excellent play. It was just an overwhelming play on the part of Khalid.
Yep.
So
And then,
that will be the final one. Heroku! Our hero, Heroku! Woo! Triumphs over
Oh my
Oscar
God!
Tang. Yeah, Heroku!
Heroku!
Woo! Heroku wins here, moves on to the final against Khalid.
so
And we will be bringing you the final between Khalid and
Heroku.
Heroku, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned.